Right, okay.
Welcome
Then,
all to Umbraco Users Group of India, and we are excited to host you for the bulk upload for Umbraco. So, yeah, just over to you.
thank you. Yeah, let me know if you can see the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, all right then, brilliant. So yeah, I'll get started. So as Nikhil says, I'm Paul Seal. I'm a tech lead at ClerksWell. I've been working with Umbraco for about 12 years now, or maybe more. Only since version 7. I didn't do anything before 7, and I'm told it wasn't very nice before Umbraco 7. My favourite version of Umbraco 7 was Umbraco 7.4.3. Anybody like that version? Yeah, I'm a Umbraco master, and also I've got the honour of being an Umbraco MVP 8 times now. So, well, kept it for 8 years, not 8 times. And I'm on the Umbraco Cloud Advisory Board as well, which is really good because I consider myself as an Umbraco Cloud advocate. I really like using Umbraco Cloud, especially since they changed over from the old infrastructure to the new one. So .NET Core version of Umbraco Cloud I think is great, and I really love it. I'm not saying it doesn't have any issues, but I think it's really good. So the agenda today then is to talk about what is bulk upload package. I'm going to show you how to install it and use it, show you how to extend it yourself, and then how you can contribute to it as well. And then we can have a Q&A at the end as well. And then anything else Nikhil wants to discuss. So what is bulk upload? So essentially, it's just a free NuGet package that anyone can install onto their Umbraco 13 site. At the moment, it just works for Umbraco 13. But speaking of contributing, if anybody would like to help me to get it onto Umbraco, ready for Umbraco 16, well, I'd say 17, then I'd love it if people want to collaborate and try and build using the new way of building dashboards and things in Umbraco 17. It's quite a simple package. It's quite, it doesn't do too much, but it's more of an engine to allow you to do things with it. And you'll see what I mean by that. So the idea, are people not hearing us? Would you like me to put my headphones on? Would that be better?
No, I think, yeah, majority people can hear, right?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so the idea is that you can import a load of data from a CSV file into your Umbraco 13 site. And the idea is that the data can be however you want it to be. And the columns can be dynamic in this CSV file. And they can go then into these Umbraco property editors and stored as proper Umbraco properties. And the way we do that is we use something called a resolver. So it is extendable. So there are some sample resolvers within the bulk upload package itself. And then you can see how they're written, and then you can write your own, or as most people do nowadays, get Copilot to write one for you. And you can then extend it. So I will show you how to install it next. So let's have a look at it. So if we go over to here, package script writer, I've got this script ready here. So I'm going to install in Umbraco 13.11. I'm going to add the package called, if I just update it, I don't want to include that clean starter kit version. I want to use this one. Yeah, I've got that there actually. I think, yeah, so it's going to install clean version 4.2.2 because that's the one that works with Umbraco 13. And then it's also going to install the Umbraco Community Bulk Upload package for us. So I've got that script copied here. I'm not going to copy this one just in case because I know what the demo gods are like. So I'm going to copy the one that I practiced with already. And then if we go to my demo folder, so what I do using the scripts that I get from here, I'll then just create a folder, and I'm going to call it book demo. Go into that, open it in my terminal, and then I'm just going to paste that script that I get from Package Script Writer into here. So this will create a clean install of Umbraco 13 for me, and then it will add the clean starter kit. So we've got some content, some data types and things like that. This is all just for the demo really. And then to just try and explain it to you so you can see how it works. What's it doing? Yeah, so it's just adding that template now. Shouldn't take too long. It's added the clean version 4.2.2, then it'll add the bulk upload package, and then we should be able to get started once that's done. So give it a sec. If people would like to ask questions as we go, I'm more than happy to answer questions as we go. It doesn't have to be formal or anything like that. I'm not up on stage. So I'm happy to answer questions if you're not sure about something and want to know along the way. Of course, whilst we're doing a live demo, it's going to be slow, isn't it? Should be done in a minute. So this, I'm assuming everyone has done installs like this for Umbraco. If you've not, I'd be interested to hear. Anybody want to raise their hand if they haven't installed Umbraco using a script like this? I won't make you talk. No, so most people have already installed. Oh, Carl always uses it. Nice. Is it always this slow, Carl? Or is it just my machine because I'm presenting? Anyway, we'll give it a moment.
Generally, it's a presentation. It's always like this.
Yeah,
Local,
exactly.
when we do ourselves, there won't be like this.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I'm not going to panic. I'll just let it do its thing. And here we go. So it's just trying to get the database connection. It will create the database, and then pretty soon we'll have a URL for it. There we go. So once we get the website loaded up, we'll go into the back office and we will log in. We're using my login details from Package Script Writer. Those ones are in the options here, the default ones, and you can see that they get passed through here, email and password. So we'll log in with those details. And then we want to go to users, and we want to give permission to the admin group to be able to use the bulk upload dashboard section. So we do that by going into users, groups, administrators, add on the sections, and then choose bulk upload, and then save that. And if we refresh, we will see an extra section here for the bulk upload package. So if we go back to content and we just have a look what we get with the starter kit, we've just got 7 articles here that we get, and we're going to bulk upload some content into here. So the way we do that is within this bulk upload Git repository, there is a docs folder, and in here we've got a bulk upload sample. And I didn't know this before I made this package with ClerksWell, but you've got a nice CSV viewer here in GitHub nowadays, which I didn't realise, but I quite like it. Anyway, so I used AI to help me to generate some of this content here to use on the bulk upload CSV. So I can download the file, go to my downloads, and I'm ready with that download. And then all I need to do is just go to bulk upload, click on choose a file, and then download, choose that CSV, and then I just click on import. So this is just really how to install it and how to use it. I'll explain more next on how it actually works. So if you click on import, we get a success message. It actually worked, so that's good. So now we just go to content and we can have a look. And what it's done is not published them, and that was by choice, but it's actually created these articles. It's bulk imported them all and created them. And all these articles have got titles, subtitles, block list, rich text there. The author has been picked. This is a content picker, has found the author. The categories have been picked. Tags have been added, indexable and things like this. Now, I'll explain that, Carl. Thank you. So Carl's asking, how do you control where it gets imported to? So I will show you that as well. And then, so that's basically it. It's just brought in a load of these different articles. We'll click on this one. Yeah, so it's just picking images from within. So let's have a look and see what the CSV file is and how does it work. So that is how to install and use it. And I'll just explain to you now how this all is working. So let's go to the code in GitHub and we'll see. So if you were to clone the repository yourself, you would have a test site that you would be able to test it out on. And then that uses this NuGet package here, the bulk upload NuGet package. And then if we have a look at the resolvers section, so this is something that I learned from my colleague, Matt Bliss, when I used to work at Moriyama. And he showed me this approach and I really liked it. He was doing that for something he was doing there. I've remembered the basics of what he showed me, so I've used the basics of it. I just like to try and keep simple examples, but Matt goes into far more details and can make it do all sorts. But this is the basic idea, that all of the fields that you have on your CSV file can all be resolved using a resolver. And what that means is it takes in a value. So from that column in the CSV file, if I go back here, I'll show you, try and relate that to this one here. So from the column that's in that CSV, we have this is indexable and it's using, so this pipe delimited thing here means that it wants to use a resolver with an alias of Boolean. This title doesn't have that pipe, so it's just going to fall back and use text like that. So now this is using Boolean. So then when we get to here, it's going to get the value from the CSV, and then it's going to check that object. And if it's null, it will be false. If it's not, then it will work out if it's a bool or not. Thanks, Carl. So yeah, Carl likes the resolver pattern. You can see now how it works. So what was your question before? How do you control where the content is imported to? Yeah, and then where it's imported to, what we've got, we've just used for now, for the basic version of this bulk upload, just using the parent ID. And that's fine for Umbraco 13, but actually on other versions of Umbraco, I think we're losing the ID and we might need to use the other identifiers like the key, the GUID. And we can do that as well. And we've got some resolvers that do that for finding the media item and things like that. So, and that's absolutely fine. And we can address that when we upgrade it. And I've got one here. So I've got one where I'm assigning the main image and I'm just using the ID because I know that when the clean starter kit gets installed, it does it in a certain order. So I can easily just tell it to use these. Now, if you imagine how you might use this in your projects, let's say you've got someone and they're on WordPress or they're on an old version of Umbraco or something like that. You can export their data to a format to a CSV and have your data in this CSV how you want it to be. And then you can use ideas like this. Maybe you've got a way to update the image to use this ID of the image. Maybe you know the IDs of the images. We could write a resolver that can pull the image from a URL. So the image, you could actually pull it from a live site, convert it to bytes, create it in Umbraco and save it in a folder. And you would just create your own resolver, and you would give your resolver a name that is unique. And then you'd use that in your column name. So that way you can use the URL here and get it to do all of that for you. So let's go back into the code again. So that's these basic resolvers. So the ones that come with it, and you will be able to use when you're using the package, are these. So I've got one where I've got the content ID. So that's the 4-digit ID, and to convert it to a UDI. So that works for the pickers. So this is the alias of my resolver. So if we look for that in here, we might see content ID to UDI being used. And no, I don't have that. I'm not using that in this sample, but that's how you could do that. So if I wanted to, I could easily do that. But maybe it's multiple picker. So multiple content IDs, I can have them comma separated if I like. I've got one for date time. I've got one for a GUID to content UDI. So if we wanted to in this file, we could have that. And remember, everything, I think the only mandatory fields at the moment in this version of it is parent ID, doc type alias, and name. They're the only ones that are mandatory. The rest are all whatever fields you have on your site that you want to add. It doesn't care about what the fields are. Yeah, and like you say, Nikhil, it can migrate from other CMSs as well. Right, so let's have a look at some of the other ones as well. Again, GUIDs to media URIs and all of that. I've got plans to do more complex things. I've not done anything with that yet. This was my resolver factory we used to get the resolvers. We've got media ID to media URI, so you can see the pattern that it's following. We've got sample author name, so this one's quite nice. So sample author name, so this I put in here. So this is probably something like what you would write if you wanted to extend it for your own site. So in here, I just want to find the content item by the name of that content item. So what we're saying is use the sample author name. So if you see here, author field, that's the alias of the field. So if we go into Umbraco, we're saying when you import this, for the field called author, I want to find an author from the list of authors you can pick from called Paul Seal there. And then it will go and find that one. If we were to create a new author and call it Nikhil, and then maybe just quickly pick, I'll pick the same name, same image, but you get the idea. Save and publish that. Then if we were to edit our CSV file, and on the first one, instead of it saying Paul Seal, we just put Nikhil. And then we do another bulk upload. And that one that we did, it was exploring the flexibility. This brings me to another point as well. It might be nice if someone, when we do want to contribute, a nice easy thing we could do is actually set it up to do updates as well. So at the moment, it just creates new content. But if you wanted to, you could we could add something in so that it can work with updates. So now if we go to the blog section and we have a look for that first repeated one, which is this one, we should see that Nikhil got picked because it used that resolver there. and then it found it using the content cache. Is there a question? I saw a hand go up. Feel free to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. So these are just sample ones, so that you've got an idea of what you can do in your project, and I'll show you how you can add them to your project, because what we'll do next is we will extend it in our separate project, and we will do one for the image and get the image by name. So why don't we do that now? And if anyone wants to ask a question once I get the code up to do that. So from the thing that I installed, and so this here, I'm going to cancel this to stop the site. But this is the project in Visual Studio. Hopefully you can see. And at the moment, the only thing it knows about bulk upload package is the fact that it is included as a NuGet package. It doesn't know anything else about it. Oh, right, sorry about this. I'm just getting different tabs in the way. So yeah, it doesn't know anything about it, but what if we want to add more ourselves? So we can go to the NuGet page. There should be, or the GitHub repository, there should be a README that tells you how to follow along and how to add your own resolvers. So you create your own resolver. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our own. Let's copy this. Let's go into the code on our clean solution that, again, it only knows about the bulk upload as a NuGet reference. So we're going to just create a class at this level, just keep it simple, and we'll call it image by name resolver. Obviously, we'd organize these code files and everything like that, but just for the sake of the demo, I'm not going to. Then I'm going to paste in the example there. I'm going to put this up, and we've already got a reference to that. We need to inherit from iResolver, and we can just put this in, cut that and put it inside here. Image by name resolver. And then we'll call it image by name. And if we remember, we already had a good sample one that we could probably use, and that was the one for the author. So let's get the author one. So resolvers, and then we'll have a look for sample author name resolver. And we can basically just steal this code that it's using. I'll just put this in here and remove the duplicate alias one. And we just make sure that the constructor's got the same name. And then where this is looking for content, we might just need to do media, get at root, and then there could be lots of different ways to find this. I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to do a terrible thing and do descendants or self, and then wait, let's have a look. So homepage is that. So media root. Actually, let's just think about it. We've got, what have we got here? If anyone wants to shout up as well, feel free. We can work on it together. Oh, the site's stopped, so it's not going to be helpful, is it? Typical. We've got another one here, I think. So let's just have a look at our structure. Again, this is all about writing it for your site, the one that you're working on, making your resolver work for you. What this is just an engine to allow you to do that for yours. So if we go to media, we've got social icons, sample images, authors. So let's just find get at root first, or no, it's not just authors. Media get at root, and then I think anybody want to give me some ideas on what I could write in here? So we say media root. So if media root is not null, if it is null, return string empty, and then we can say var, why don't we do var image equals media root dot descendant or self, and then we'll just do dirty and put where is that one? Descendants or self. Yeah, there we go. It wants me to succeed. There's Copilot trying to help. So where the invariant, where the content type is image, so let's just double check that. Will that work? So if we go back to this one here and have a look at those, and we say media type is image. If we go to settings, media types, and just have a look. Yeah, so it's image, but it's capital I. So let's have a look. Oh, but invariant, does that mean it can be uppercase or lower? Here we go, someone's helping out. Thank you for this. Thanks, Deepak. Public I media, get media. All right, so var all media equals that. Yeah, let's try this. Just put it under mine and we'll see. So media root. Get root media. Oh, media at root. Oh dear. Now I've already got my media root, haven't I? First or default. Oh no. I might be better. No, oh here we go. Media's all right, I've got to inject that. Okay, this is getting a bit of a farce, isn't it? But we'll keep going right quickly. But this is the idea, you can create your own. Here we go. Let's just say we don't need to say if the name is that. There we go. What is going on here? This is funny, isn't it? This is going to go on YouTube. It's one of the worst demos I've done. People say they like it when I've got errors and stuff, though, so that's all. Oh dear, right, here we go. So if content type alias is that image and invariant equals that var UDI, and then we just need to work out this here. UDI.create. So why is it complaining? Is it because the local one is there? So we can get rid of that. Let's do that. Let's just delete all of these and see. So this might work in some capacity. Oh no. Media root is not null here. It doesn't contain a definition of a descendant or self. Show fixes. Fix with Copilot. Come on, Copilot. Not going to help me, is it? There we go. Did it work? Well, we might have something. Right, so this, I'm not saying this is perfect code or anything like that, and the point wasn't about the actual quality of the code. The point is to create our own resolver, and it was meant to be a lot simpler, but I purposely didn't want to have prepared this bit for you. So then once we've created a resolver, we also need to register our resolver as well. So let's go into here and we just have a look at the documentation. So we register it by creating ourselves a composer. So we just add class and my composer for now. There we go. And then this one, the name that we have to register is this image by name resolver. So that's the class that we need to add there. Right, if you're converting values and not depending on services, use add singleton. If you're injecting services, you might want to use that one. So we'll use that one and we'll delete this one. So now we've got it so that in our project that we just installed the NuGet package 2, we've created our own resolver and we're trying to add that to the collection of resolvers. So then we'll be able to use it with our data. So let's go back to our CSV file. Let's take off all of the other things on here. Let's just focus on this one file. And where we've got the image, where it's main image, let's look for main image in here. Do we have main image? There's main image. Instead of it using media ID to media UDI, we will use image by name. And so that comes after the pipe. There we are, image by name. So that's in the header column and in the heading. And then where we had the media UDI, so after the sample category names, where the media ID, we had that. So let's just do full seal. Or wait, let's pick another image. That one called authors. There we go. So now we want this CSV file that's in my downloads folder. When it imports this new one, when we run it again, we want it to do that. So if I go back to my solution, I need to rebuild. Hopefully we've done everything correctly, but you know what it's like when you're doing a demo to someone, you might miss things. We've done it on the fly. The code could be wrong. But you get to debug it and try it out yourself, and you can also unregister my resolvers and add your own on there as well, and just change it and make it work for how you want it to work. So it looks like it's built. So now if we run the site again, section. So slow today. Then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to re-import the bulk upload file, and that file only has one row now, and that file was using the new resolver for the image. So we should expect to see this image now on as the main image on the content when we've got a blog. So we will be expecting to see that here as this on the imported item. There we go. Let's log in again. If it doesn't work first time, I will debug it once, and then if I won't labour the point, but let's just hope it works. So if we go into bulk upload, we choose that CSV import. There we go. It says it was successful. Let's see. Yes, and it worked, and it picked that image for us. So you can see how you can write your own resolver. It can find things in different ways, and it can you can extend it to however you want. So some of them are more complex, like the content rows. Again, there are blog posts out there. I think it might be Joe Glombeck or maybe Jason Elkin. Somebody's written some samples of what the data needs to be stored as, or how to programmatically store the data. It could even be Anders Björner from Skybroad Redirects fame. But yeah, they've created samples code to help you programmatically create these sorts of things in Umbraco. So it's definitely a developer tool to help you with your job of bulk imports and things like that. So that's how we've extended it in our own project. If you want to contribute, I would really love it. I would go back to the repo. I've already got people like Jen Woke asking me, oh, have you got one for V15 or 16 yet? Because they see a good use for importing products into e-commerce and all sorts of ideas. As I said, it's a very flat structure at the moment, but we could, as a community, we could improve this tool to make it work with nested structure or anything like that. Maybe even instead of a CSV file, it might turn into a JSON file or something. One of the ideas is you could have it as a CSV file, but as it goes through the CSV, it could use Hangfire as a message queue to put each job on the list, and then it could process them one after the other to import the individual items, all sorts of things like that. So if you do want to contribute, if you can raise pull requests in here. I won't be strict about you must have an issue first or anything like that. I love it when people want to join in and contribute. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn or in GitHub. Maybe if you just create an issue and want to talk to me on there, you can as well. But it's a community tool that we built from ClerksWell. We built for the community to give back and help other people with their projects as well. It's meant to be simple, so I know it's not very complicated, but you're the ones that's going to add that extra detail to it for your projects when you need to. I think that's it, really. That's as much as I wanted to show on here. And then if anybody else has got any questions. Yeah, oh yeah, so Asha, this is compatible with block list and block grid. If I show you the rich text one, we can see that in here, we had the rich text, which is actually stored in a block list or block grid, block list, I think it is. This gets stored as sample block list content. And then if we look at the code base for it, we can see, right, so it's using that. Let's just search for this within the project. There we go. Here's the resolver for it. Let's have a look what it does. At the moment, this one, it checks the values and then it creates the block list model, saves it with the content type key and things like that, and then it stores it in there for us. This is hard coded because I know it, but again, remember, you will know it because it's your project. It doesn't need to be too generic or clever and things like that. This is about making things easy for you. But yeah, it can do any of the data types that you want it to do. You can write them. Anybody else got any questions? I'm glad you like it, Asha. So at the minute, it's got about 800 downloads altogether. The first version had 500 somehow. Oh, glad you like it, Rich. And then 300 of the latest version. I've not heard from too many people who have been using it, but if you do use it on any of your projects, I'd love to hear about it. If you want to contribute back some of your resolvers, if you think they are going to be good, like ones to include in the package itself, maybe some nice ones that are a bit generic and simple to use, it'd be great if you wanted to add that. We could update the sample CSV and use that on there as well. Is there anything about it that you don't understand? Is there anyone thinking, I just didn't get it, or it was too complicated? I'm very happy to go further and explain any points if anyone needs any help with that, either on here or afterwards, if you like. Yeah, I think that was it from me then. If no one's got any more questions, that's it for this. Maybe over to Nikhil again.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. A good package, Paul.
Thank you.
Especially it will gonna help us when we will have a migration when we have from like craft CMS or any other CMS where they have their predefined content and we have to set it into our Umbraco. This would really gonna help us. And yeah, it's a good like you have made it open source. So if any of the members who would like to contribute, it's always open. We have some good feedbacks as well.
Oh, here we go. Marco, we'll take a look. Working on a large migration at the moment. Using your own package, definitely keep it in mind. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and yeah, if you think of anything useful that might be good to contribute back to this, that would be also really good and useful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
the resolver one. Yeah, with each type you have a resolver, and so Asha also mentioned the same thing, the flexibility.
yeah, I think that's it as well. It's just like trying to follow that ecosystem of Umbraco, just making things extendable, and you're in control then really. It's just a small little engine that gives you the ability to do that.
Correct.
But yeah, I think the first contribution, if anyone is, let's create it. Let's create an issue. So Vivek, my boss at work, he said he would like it. Does it update existing items? And I said no, but it would be really easy to do. So if anyone is interested, let's create a new issue, feature request, and I'll just create one and I'll put it in the chat here. If I'll put all the links. Actually, Nikhil, will you share all the links for everything afterwards? And,
Yeah,
and
sure.
on the GitHub repo, you'll see an issue there to make it update. And I think it would be very easy to make it update. So, yeah. Is it possible to override existing content node or configure it from CSV? Exactly what I was just saying, actually. That's the issue I'm going to raise. So I think it would be very easy to do. It might be a nice PR for somebody to do. So it might be nice if I don't implement it myself, or we at ClerksWell don't implement it yet, and we give someone from this meetup a chance to do that. So fork the repo, clone it down locally, and then create a PR for it. We'd love to review your PR and accept it. So if anyone wants it now, I'll just put the some of these links in here for you.
Sure. So I'll do one thing after this chat as well. Like I'll post this links in our meetup group as well as into the YouTube channel as well, so people can follow the same.
Right.
Super, I guess we all liked it, and we can see the good impressions as well. Thank you so much, Paul, for your time to showcase your work with the Umbraco community, and we are looking forward to see the good PRs on this.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. It's great to see everybody. I don't know. I know Namaste. I don't know, and Shukriya, and that's about it. I know there are lots of languages in India. Is it Shukriya? Is that thank you?
Exactly. It's a Shukriya. It's a type of you saying thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and in our Gujarati language, we will say it's called Abhar.
Abhar.
Yes. Thank you, Paul, once again. It's looking forward to see you again next year at Copenhagen.
Yes, definitely. Look forward to seeing you again.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Oh,
Thank
one more
you.
thing, actually, if anyone is in the UK and because I know I've seen some people that might be in the UK and
Yeah.
they are in London on the 28th of November, we're doing a hackathon and it's a charity hackathon. It's not like a normal hackathon. We're not contributing to Umbraco. We're actually doing 2 coding challenges for 2 real world charities. They've got real world problem that they've challenged us to solve. And you can win a Code Garden ticket and Umbraco expert certification as well. So 2 winning teams, they'll win one of each of those. So if anyone is in the UK and watching this, maybe when they watch it on YouTube, you've still got time to register up until the 20th of November, but it's in person in London and we'd love to see you there.
Nice one, Paul. Yeah, it's a good opportunity for the UK people. I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah, sorry about that, unless you fly over.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Okay, I think yes, we are done for this. Thank you once again, Paul. Yeah, it's always a
Thank you
pleasure
very
to meet
much.
you every time.
Yeah, lovely to see you too.
See
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Oh.